Good evening, this is Dr. Bill White, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit this afternoon about permanent cuspids and missing permanent laterals. There's a lot more of that than you think, and we've done it over years, just move the cuspid tooth over in the lateral position and grind it down to shape like a lateral. And I've had so many good results of that. That thing holds up for years. And at the back, I've got a short case this afternoon. I want to show just a short part of it where we did some of that to just put the finishing touches to the way this looked. Let's take a look at this gentleman now. I'm going to have to go back and get my little markers going here. It looks like I can't talk without writing on the screen or something like that. So anyway, we took this man, and he's got a few other problems too. This was in 1991 right here. This is the first cephalometric we took. We've got several. But he's got an open bite, and you'll see that on several of them. And so we had to break that, get him breathing correctly, and then we treated that. But I don't have any pictures of that to show you. But I want to go in and show you what we did with shaping some of the lateral teeth. This deal here. Now he had a little jaw joint problem, and so we had to fix that where, in other words, he was chewing on a back teeth all the time, and that kind of rocks back and forth as far as putting a lot of pressure on the joint, and it didn't put much on the anterior part of the mouth. So we had to level that bite out because of that. And you can see his condyles in these pictures just real good. They're sitting in there. When he opens, they kind of move to the front. You see the condyle come out here. My little deal is not drawing good, but it comes out here, but it was over in something like that. As he opens his mouth, it slides out that way, and this disc rides along with it as it comes out. Or if it has been damaged and popped in front, then you can get a click out of it. And anybody had any TMJ problems, we took these transcranial x-rays just for records and everything, and we used them, but not really serious about the TMJ correction in this particular case. Now here are the panorexes that we took. This was in 1991, and we've got it shows a defective little lateral coming over on that side like that, and then the deciduous cuspid is moved over in this area right here, and this is a deciduous tooth, if I'm not mistaken here, and we expanded that a little, and they had to come in and crown that, and this one we just shaped up, and this right in here had to be filled in, and this baby tooth can last. I've had them in people's mouths for 30, 40 years, so we didn't try to take it out. We just crowned the tooth and left it in there. Now let's see if we can go to the next one. This is number 2, and you can see the deciduous tooth is right in this area. This is a permanent cuspid coming through that way. I'm going to show you how to trim those up in just a minute. And on the other side, the little peg lateral, like we're going to crown it, so that's the metal part around it. And whoever did it did a real good job of crowning that particular tooth. That's his regular dentist. And here's some more pictures that we took in 91 just to check on the jaw joints. No good reason for doing that, and I had a lot of duplications of that. Now this is a deciduous cuspid right here. This is, you can see the roots are just very skinny little roots here. This is the permanent cuspid right in this area here. And it's kind of hefty. And then we made the space over here on this cuspid the same size. Well, I say this lateral, we made it the same size as this cuspid was. And I'll try to get up here and try to show you how we grind those teeth particularly. Let me erase this and go to just a page that you can see where if you take a cuspid tooth, it's coming something like this, and it's a lot bigger than a lateral. We would take off a little bit on the sides of that tooth, then we'd take the tip of the tooth off here, and then we would kind of thin it down where a cuspid is kind of rounded out. We would thin it down in this area right here, and then if you look at let me see if I can draw the cuspid kind of the way it might be in the mouth, you know. Well, coming up, that's not very good drawing of the cuspid, but the cuspid is thicker back here, so you have to go in and thin it out so that when it comes, in other words, when the bottom teeth come up in here, they want to miss that, so it's your overjet and your overbite is correct in there. So when you want to bite out here with the lower front, with the front teeth, the teeth have a place to go. In other words, you have to trim this back so that it matched all the other front teeth up here, so the jaw could close, and you'd have a overjet and overbite would be correct. And that's not very difficult to do, and you can erase those deals. Let's see, and if you went back and looked at them, well, it'll look more like a tooth, something like, maybe like that, like a kind of a hefty lateral. And I've had those, and we've got several cases on this. If you want to look up some videos showing this, I had one lady there about 25 years, seemed like, after we had done it. We got her back and looked at those, and those laterals were just as good, or well, the cuspids were really well solid. I mean, they have more root than they normally would in there. So anyway, that's what we had planned to do for this young man, and this is the third Panorex, and there's those deciduous tooth. We crowned that, and we shaped up the permanent cuspid into a lateral. And then we made a little deformed lateral tooth, and we crowned it, and then put a crown on it, or his dentist did, and made it the same width right in here that this would be, you see. So we had to spread that out and get a little space in there, maybe trim some teeth back behind to make a little more room there for that too. And here is the gentleman. We got him, he was grown and everything, but you just don't pick that up in looking at the teeth. And let's take the profile and everything. He's got a prominent chin. He's got a pretty manly chin. It's grown out on him to some there, but it still meets really good. And let's look at the profile view across here. It's nice. Everything looks just super good, really. And this is 1903 now, that we're looking at this guy, and here he is after several years. These two centrals, or the overjet and overbite, has remained good. When he bites out here, he has to slide his jaw forward, and the back teeth disarticulate when he bites something off. And this tooth right here is that baby tooth that's got a crown on it. There was a kind of a slightly deformed tooth over here, and this is a cuspid that's been made into a lateral, made a shape like a lateral, and this is that deciduous tooth on the other side. Now, I would not think that this will last long, but if it does, you can join this tooth and join them together in kind of a bridge, a Maryland type bridge, if you want to. So anyway, we got a beautiful set of teeth here for this man by shaping those laterals that way. So if we're looking from this side, it's sitting in a good class 1 relation, and back again, back over there, that'll move down into good class 1. And here is the deciduous tooth that we worked on, and this is the permanent tooth right here. This is the one we shaped out, and we crowned this little kind of a peg lateral that was over on the other side. So you can do a lot of things like this to people's teeth and really make them beautiful. The smiles and everything works out great. And then we bonded the lower anterior teeth together with a flexible wire, and he has to take care of that with going underneath here with dental floss and taking good care of those lower anterior teeth. He's got his wisdom teeth and everything in there. So I think that's the end of what we were going to show you, and I hope you got something out of that. If there's anything in this that you really need to remember, just remember when with the cuspid, whoops, I'll have to get this back on there again here just to show you that part. The cuspid is a kind of a hefty tooth, and it's coming out, something like that, and we trim the sides of it down a little bit, not that much, just a little bit, and trim off the tip of it, and then round it off a little bit in here, and thin it out in the top, and then on the sides where you come under, and you go up like this. Then we will come back in this area and thin this out so that it matches the other laterals and centrals and stuff. So when the lower anterior teeth come up in this portion in here, they have a place to go to. And that's basically what we recommend doing. And we've done that on bukus of cases over, the years I've been in here doing this for 50 or 60 years, and we've done a lot of this. Now, in California, one time they were just really opposed to that. I don't know why on earth, but the orthodontic school at Baylor were for it and enjoyed it, and so we have done that for years. Thanks for watching now. We hope you'll join our little group that we have, and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching, and maybe you get something out of this. It's just a simple case like that. So I'm going to say good night and hope you'll join us again later on. Thank you again.